haven't got a massive amount of wins under their belt, and for mousesports, they are going to be the stronger Mirage team coming through into map 3. Doesn't mean they're going to be able to take it, though.
And I can confirm as well that just this minute, Fnatic have won out them series in 2-0 fashion. So right now, they're looking at Na'Vi and hoping they can close out their match against FaZe. It's polar opposites. It's big hope that FaZe can take that to that third map. So we'll get those results in the next couple of moments' time as we get kicked off with the pistol round. mousesports on the CT, half a core will draw first blood as Tizian falls out towards mid, but B's left completely open, so the ball will charge in and go down.
Tabson's going to be able to provide at least that one smoke down to the short position, but Dexter has no care in the matter, just going to start aggressing into the side, and Tabson might as well just say there's nothing he's going to be able to do in this 1v5.
Yeah, better to hold on to the Kevlar, even if he can deny the bomb carrier or the bomb diffuser. He's got so much else to deal with here at Truck. Does find that first, and Core trades it back. So there you go. 1 for 1 on that responsive, and it will be a pistol game by mousesports. Great start, great overwhelming force. Did let that bomb plant go down for big, so extra money to work with here. They'll go for the eco bases, get the guns out early.
They could buy it up still, though. They didn't do a massive amount of damage in terms of the actual CTs dropping, but that bomb plant tells Big straight away, let's turn the pressure up. We know that we've been quite decent in these positions before where we've been on force buy territory. And for mousesports, we're actually not seeing a lot of SMGs at all. We're seeing 3 M4s, an AUG, and an MP9 for Bemis. They're expecting a force up.
And that second map between Na'Vi and FaZe has just gone to overtime as well, so still squeaky bum time for them, still big, hoping that FaZe can take that nuke. Force invest back to the AKs, the Galils, the Deagles, the Scouts, of course, coming back in for big in the end. They do opt to go for the Force invest rather than the full eco to the full guns. mousesports will still have the weapon advantage.
Keeping pressure on and knowing the investment with the lack of SMGs, it does mean that you're going to be slightly tighter when it comes to the utility scenario. Window and top con smoke coming through from Big is going to indicate a split into short.
Starting positions held, 60 seconds. Molotov's in as the T start walking out here. We've got Dexter with the M4 ready and waiting to receive. Sees one, sprays through, catches Keto and Tizian and Searson. Can't quite get the quadra. Frozen steals that away. Not like it matters too much. It looks like it's just a weak simple cleanup, it seems, from mousesports. Gade is going to try and respond, however. 2 frags, 4 HP. A core just barely seen, but Gade looking away at the wrong moment. So just now rotations coming in from BMAS as Gade will try to look for the bomb plant, at least get some extra money on the board. No, Rops denies. Second round to the CT side.
Gade has been a shining light coming into this best of 3. Yeah, you have a look at his numbers across both map 1 and map 2, and maybe they don't look that impressive. He's only a -1 in terms of the KD differential, but he has had a good game, and he's really been able to show up in moments, just trying to do a little bit of extra damage for that T side to make that force buy somewhat of a success, even though they don't convert. The second round coming through from mousesports, and Bemis on the other side, he has had a great game.
And he was the guy that stood out the most in that previous map up. Can he become the man for this one? Rops working towards that crossfire from Connector and Short. Alongside Frozen for now. A Core getting tagged by Tabson's Deagle. A Deco in from Big. Shots ringing out, doing damage, not getting any kills though. A Core can start on Keita and BMS can follow up on Gade.
More utility coming out. I like that Accord doesn't just peek out from jungle, knows that he's going to have a difficult time in that engagement up against Tizian. A Glock from Searson does see one angle up from that short position. mousesports probably won't lose anyone going into round 3.
And Rops to clean up the player in mid. The bomb getting dropped in the midst of the smoke. No real way back in for Tizian, who is in Sniper's Nest, and that could have been an important position for Big, but with the lack of anybody else around him, it really means nothing now. 3-0. mousesports with a fantastic CT start, and that is definitely encouraging. Again, Big, not really much that they can do here. Just go to those guns, go to those main rifles. Tizian's got to go down and get the bomb, the round loss bonus. And yeah, Rops gets his triple. Triple rounds for the mousesports camp. And again, buy up for Big now. Here come the AKs.
That was a bit cheeky with the play from Tizian. He's trying to fake the drop down to get back up to catch one of the jungle players with a knife out or some util. It was an attempt, in that round. They didn't quite find a massive amount of success. Now the rifles can come in. Krieg again out from Tabson. Loved that out on Dust 2 and found some very good entries out from the Longhouse in particular. No AWP investment just yet for the mousesports side. I guess because no one went down, they didn't want to waste one of those rifles and invest an AWP into A-Core.
Tabson tagged early here. Rops tried to force forward. The AK picked up and, of course, saved in from the previous force round. They get up towards that top mid position and stop them from making their way in from mid control in general. It's actually going to be an out to the A player. Core sees one, sees a second player and drops him. Information called in for BMAS, now waiting a sandwich. Engages against Tizian, who wins out that fight. Engage follows suit by catching a core on the reload. So, man advantage for Big. Sights in their control. Just going to wait for that bomb to go down. And mousesports will on the retake.
Tabson's got eyes on the backstab, but Rob still wins out that fight. Gade's low HP. It all just comes down to how does the AWP get involved, and Sirison deals with Frozen.
2-on-2 as a result. Looking back on short, expecting there to be someone in connector. So far, seeing so little. As out towards CT spawn instead. Evades Rops entirely. He's wrapped his way back over towards mid control. Might go back in from the murder hole. Actually going to join Dexter on the retake. Kit on Rops. Smoke can go down for him. They're just got to be wary about that AWP's position. Time is running short as well. Mousesport's going to act real quick. Smoke on the bomb. Dexter's going to try and cover off Rops. Onto the defuse, they'll get to it. 5 seconds, shots ringing out. The CSN can't catch it. They're still going to play distraction. Damage being done on Rops and Dexter. Do get cleaned up by Gale on the lineup, so Big will barely defend the site and get there first.
At that post plant, just having two players in very different angles that could peak together is really what you want in that 2v2. Sirison out in CT is just pulling distraction. Gade has the idea that they're just relaying the information over, just sticking the bomb, just trying to go for the ninja defuse, just spams up in the smoke, gets a little bit lucky with that second player on the lineup. And for Big, that's their first round. And for mousesports, they're going to get the AWP out. There are going to be limitations. Dexter's only going to be on an MP9.
M4's the AWP. Still being the main highlight weapons of mousesports with the AUG as well for Frozen. AKs, Krieg, Galil, AWP for Searson. Over on the Big side to respond as well in kind. Better economy state for Big overall. Mousesport's got to make a play, and again, they're going to try push Rops up towards mid. The AWP Searson sees him and drops him.
That's not an easy shot at all, but Sirison makes it look easy. Put that smoke out to that right-hand side, just allow him to get out of safety and be able to get to cover. And now A looks completely compromised. There's only one player at Bemis. They already know he's there.
Borders get his tray back. Beamer stands to stay alive somehow. The one's been dropped. Flashes over. Gage just barely gets away from the white and finds Bemis back to a 3 versus 3, but a perfect opportunity for him to get another kill involved somehow. Bomb gets recovered out in the open and could rotate away, especially with one player that's going in from this short position. You're right. Just go towards B site. It's open up. They know that Tizian even gets a man advantage for Big.
Yeah, round's done. Tizian's opened up B, got all the way to short, puts that volley down to marker to slow any of the rotates down. And for mousesports, they need the unthinkable to get this retake together.
Tizian in the midst of the smoke. They heard that tap. I think Frozen realizes that's going to have to be a footstep tap. Bomb will go down. Frozen thinking of backing off. Where do they go with this? AK is still seeing nothing. The smoke will start to clear, so Frozen can get an angle, but they don't want to walk into the retake. Mouse going to save. Second to the board.
I was wondering if they were going to risk it there, because there were a couple of times on Dust 2 when they were down in similar situations where they still tried to make a play. They still had the intention of thinking, okay, if we get a pick, we'll go into the site instead. That one right there, A-Core just backed off immediately, and Frozen does the same. Big find their second round, and it just comes down to the info gathering. Great mid-round call to allow Tizian to just walk out from B while all of that distraction is being laid up on the A side. Even Bemis staying alive for a very long time in the underbound position, allowing mousesports to focus their attention on A, and that just allows the slip in out to B. Nice round from Big.
And we're eco for mousesports to allow Big to equalize. Should be able to see guns in for the lead that Big could try and find. Potential in this round, potential in general. Utility and with the smokes up, Rops boosting Frozen up to position the AUG, watching just ahead of that smoke, a small gap in it to look up towards mid, but not much breathing room here, and no one's going to give up the angle.
And not even taking a fight onto Tabson out from mid. There is that one ladder player that could be the opening duel getting one out by the Krieg.
That could be everything for Tabson as well. Walking in, AUG just about adjusts and looks into the B site now. 4 players committing out, and they all go falling down like dominoes. mousesports placing their rifles correctly. It's a 4 versus 2 now. Dexter does get caught for a trade. Rops also goes down to Tizian, but still, they have that AWP close, and they try to engage in. Tries to wrap around against Tizian, but can't catch that frag. Searson's AWP's been seen. The gun barrel just barely flicked upon. Our core does not quite land that shot. Does land that one, though. Second to the board. And Tizian, 1v3 clutch, of course, still leaning around the corner. Now there's all sorts of rifles working in from short control. And with the bomb out in the open, he's got to give up the information as to where he is to try and engage. Takes fight, Frozen takes damage. Accord does not adjust with the AWP just yet. Frozen gets credited with the final kill of the round. A triple up for him, and mousesports with an eco steal.
And as it goes with the simple fundamentals of Counter-Strike, anytime you've got rifles saved on an eco, you're thinking to yourself, let's set up the rifles. Let's try and bait the USBs forward to get the crossfire in. And that could not have been paragraphed any better than what happens there on the B site. The early contact out from ladder wins that first fight onto Tabson, swings back around to look into the apartments. Acor's playing deep into the side, looking to try and see if he can look up to the apartments himself and just staying alive, keeping those rifles in play, allowing numbers just to completely overwhelm the German side. And for Big, that's a slap in the face.
A tactical timeout game for them, because I think they realized that all the same. Four to 2, still mousesports hold their lead, and again, Big just not really lost that kind of round, so regain that momentum. They were starting to build up here. The pistols will be in effect, so there will just be an eco here. A little bit of a heavier eco with quite a fair amount of utility, but still lacking in Kevlar on 3 individuals. There's no automatic weapons at all here for the T-side line. Nade stack will try to go out towards Sniper's Nest, but mousesports have evaded that.
And mousesports haven't really been playing in window. Acor with the AWP has been very versatile around the map, playing out on A and also at the B side. Might just be the simple arch smokes, just get them in, fly them out to B.
Have the utility to do that. Playing very quickly in before the smokes even think about going down. Countersman back to the CT forces. Dexter does get caught up by Tizian. He struggles to get that kill, and Frozen can find the trade. Tabson now aggressing him with a P250. Can't see any of the CT forces. Nades in from Gain. Catch Frozen. Rops responds towards 2 individuals, but Tabson trades to a 2v2. Bomb in the center of the site. Someone's got to get it picked up. Incendiary for Tabson. Trying to drive the CTs out of the window, but Acor lands his AWP shot. Keto lands a Deagle tag, but takes some damage in turn. Damage done to mousesports, at least in this round, but Keto trying to steal the round itself. We'll go for the plant at least.
I just get the bomb down, get the extra little bit of money. Now they're posted on this angle. They're waiting for him to swing out wide, and he's not doing so.
M4 in his hands, swing out, trying to bait in the AWP, but going for the wide base, and Acor wanted just that. That's what he'll get for it. Good eco effort there from Big with a bomb plant and 3 casualties, but so close to winning the round with those trades. If only they'd gone a little bit better.
Now, I'm not sure if you're on the same page as me, Jay, but just the way that these rounds are going down, it tells me there's going to be a lot of action on Mirage. We're going to see a lot of these tight rounds. We're not going to see blowovers. We're not going to see just complete annihilations like we did in certain moments on Dust 2. This feels like it could be a real competitive affair between the two.
Big should know by this stage that they still have a chance to make it into playoffs. That FaZe RV series is still not over. Even if it is teetering on the edge of being so. 5-2, mousesports. Don't have similar pressure, don't have similar worries at this stage. Smokes, incendiaries, flashes over and standards. Acor, big gap past that incendiary initially. Buying himself a bit of breathing room to look up towards mid. It favors the CT forces, but Big again are not going to give him these angles in the Sniper's Nest angle.
And there's the reverse of that, isn't there, where you smoke top mid and put the incendiary down. Sirison! Oh, even with the smoke that comes in, what a shot on for Acor, didn't even see him.
Maybe caught him as the smoke was fading, I don't know. Honestly, I feel like it was just a potluck shot and it come up good for him. Major advantage for Big once again. They continue working into that mid play as well, and the CTs, look at how far away they are from any entry in mid.
At the same point, though, they're gathering information. It all just comes down to how slow can Bemis put them out on this A side, because he's alone.
Brig facing first, the Orb of CSM ready to cut off Dexter in as he looks in from Connector and just gets shut down immediately. Bemis does get one frag, can't deny the bomb plant, does find Gate at least, so 3 on 3. They should know the bomb's rough positioning here. The flashbang's going to continue over. If only they had a HE, they could take Bemis down. The backstab from Frozen's going to become important, and Keto runs into him with his knife out. Man advantage tips away mousesports, but off-site, CS is still watching in from short, drops Rops as Bemis fallen, and Frozen gets it back to a one-on-one. Nades in close, he's tagged up heavy though, and there's no smoke to get that bomb under cover. He can't even smoke off Connector and stop CSM from looking in directly here. There's flashes available, no kit for Frozen either, and I think he realizes he's out of the round. CSM will just tap forward just in case, but Frozen's out of there.
Yeah, picks up the kit in CT. It's a little bit too late, though. Would have liked that kit earlier. It even goes down to the bomb, so that's another weapon being dropped over. And with the loss bonus of where it is on 1900, they are sort of a double eco status. They might have to buy it up. Surely couldn't have seen him there. What a round from Cirrus, and he gave him the 5 on 3. It did come quite down to the wire. There was a bit of a moment where you thought that retake could have been on, but just the start out by the Orb.
Such great shots, man. And CSN has slowly been getting better and better as the match has gone on. It was very awkward for him over on Nuke. Early games still looking a little bit dicey, but much better than previous. Same can't be applied to Keto, 0 and 7 right now. Still yet to get a frag on the board for the big side. Still 2 rounds of difference, however, so the T's are keeping pace.
Yeah, he's had a rough series so far. 47.8 ADR across both map 1 and map 2. Bemis playing up from this top bout position, looking in towards the Palace position. Keto dropping again.
An advantage for mousesports again with the lack of weapon advantage. Rob's going to burn quite heavily. They'll try to shout some more damage towards the T-side line. Bemis out of dark. I think Robs has given up his angle over at the firebox. The incendiary does not spread around towards him. Now Bemis has given up the angle. They know exactly where these last 2 CTs are at here. Forced to face out with the incendiary on Gate, catches the kill. And now a flanking from Tizian gets a court that drops. So now that AWP is out of play. 4v3, Big in control of this for the time being, but Rops is still an unknown entity, and they're going to sneak out towards him. No, Gate with a flick, shuts him down.
And they were aware of that. They didn't have the complete indication. They had the idea, and they're just watching for it. Dexter even getting picked up by Tizian, and this force buy has not landed much success at all. They had a great early contact on the run out from Palace onto Keto. Outside of that, they got swept on A.
And this bomb will go up and Frozen. No choice but to save at this stage here, so. 4th to the board of Big. And I can confirm as well, just this minute, Na'Vi have closed out against FaZe. 2-0 in that series. That means Big have no chance to make it into the playoffs. mousesports could still knock out FaZe. That's what Big are playing for right now, just to keep mousesports at bay. Extra bit of pride might be nice as a tactical timeout does come in for the international side.
That's a shame. Big shame to come through for the Germans, because that could have been the run for them to be able to make it into the playoffs, and unfortunately that's just how the cookie crumbles. mousesports looking to try and see if they could use their tactical to their effect. Be wondering about what the play is going to be to set this M4 up in the eco round and what they're going to do into the next when they get the rifles back in. Big have got a very good chance of tying up the scoreline.
One round to get there, and again, no real weapons for mousesports at this stage, so should be a relatively simple affair. I've said that, and mousesports have put up some great positions with their guns and put them to decent use. Only 1 rifle this time for Frozen, however, so might be a bit of a stretch to ask anything particularly of mousesports in this one, other than to keep the rifle in play. Playing Frozen out to that B site alongside Dexter. Big going into the mid control. I think our caller is going to get this information out. The smoke is in, so we can't see down that angle directly yet. Will spam his way forward towards that mid control, however. Does see one. Keita did not see him himself, but there's too many players from Big. Core does not want to stick around.
I doubt they're going to keep the hands on the M4 because they're going to be running into the B side tank, and that's where the M4 is.
And a M4 holds on alongside Dexter getting Searson. And mousesports play their rifles exactly where they need him to be. Dexter's traded, Frozen still alive. Backup has arrived here on the B site as they have seen that bomb getting dropped. Tizian up close, right in the center of the site itself. One player with a boost. Gito and Tizian do get a couple of responses involved. Frozen knows exactly where they are. Flanked in from one. Tizian gets caught. And now to a 1v2. The bomb is on the back of Quito, but now Frozen and Robs have potential for a retake.
Yeah, AWP picked up. They're going to go for any spam through this top con smoke. Hitter's going to get the bomb down. There is going to be a nade and flash that comes over. Rob's pushing through the smoke and dies.
And it's all on Frozen. The man has started this round now to close this round. 3 kills for him. On for the quadra. Tagged up heavy by Quito. Needs the headshot first and foremost. Who's going to find who first? Is Frozen going to get caught looking the wrong way? Potential right there with Quito swing out in the open. Sees his man and gets his own quadra involved to just bail out Big. Oh, what a lot of casualties, though. That should not have gone down as far as it did.
I'm surprised about the call of where Quito is. Bemis is looking over to Tetris and Ramp. It must have been some miscommunication of where they thought Quito had relocated after getting that pick onto Rops moving through the smoke. And for a moment there, you really thought that it was on. It seemed like that M4 was just going to get overwhelmed at the B site. There was going to be no chance of it being saved in. Instead, that round almost came through as a miracle. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite happen.
Flashes over into the mid position. Searson allowed some position to work in towards short. Expecting there to be some CT presence. Nobody again wants to regress. mousesports have been very careful with taking mid control. I mean, in the early part of the game, they were sending Rops so far up towards the mid position and trying to get up towards stack and all, but ever since those few round sequences, we've seen very little from mousesports here. They've just got that passive control of Sniper's Nest. No one in con and no one directly on short.
And without the AWP, it's a bit more difficult to have the intent of looking to fire out from mid. They're going to put a nade under window that just doesn't even do a massive amount of damage at all. Tizian's waiting for a little bit of over-aggression or just some sound cues up for the jump spotter at Van.
Oh, bust through from Tizian. Can't quite catch that kill. A core can find Quito at least, so that's a man advantage for mousesports now. 5-on-4 gain is smokes on towards this short position. Tabson is going to wrap it against one CT, just barely catch Frozen. Damage done to him and Searson though, so it's not ideal. And Dexter held to the back could still be able to do this on his lonesome. Backup has arrived regardless.
Oh, they pulling them for a ruse? They have really started scrambling the CTs. They have completely over-rotated to B. A Big are going to commit into the 3-man stack.
Race out for Tizian, spray through that smoke, 16 seconds to get the bomb down here. They catch off Dexter at least, but Tabson falls in turn, dropping that bomb in the open. That's going to be too short time stalling as a core holds back to the corner, gets himself a triple, and Searson now with 5 seconds to pick up that frag, pick up the bomb, plant it. No chance in this one. He's done. It's round for Mouse.
Jeez, that's a good shot. They're going to try to hunt him. Oh, he just gets out of there. That's actually pretty sick from Searson in that 1v2. He knows that that round's just not going to go his way. Gets the shot into a core, moves out to that get-right position, just evading the bullets. And mousesports, well, they take back the lead.
Second tactical timeout forced in by Big as well, using these very, very early in this matchup. Still want to try and spoil mousesports' plans. Still want to try and stop their opportunity of getting into the playoffs. That's what this match is all about now for Big. Rifles will be gained from both teams. Harsh buys will be involved. You must imagine they can force around that AWP. They could also save around it here. Searson's got a decent amount of cash left over, so the economy won't be impacted too badly, but Tabson's buying down the Deagle and Kevlar, so AK's dropped full force.
Yeah, Searson drops over an AK-2 to Quito by the looks of it, so they will be able to get some decent weaponry forward. The only sort of disadvantage is that Deagle that comes in. That Galil getting chucked over to Tizian to allow Quito to get the AK. And Big have been on the back foot approach for the most part of this Mirage so far. Looking to see if they can get away back in. Aggression coming out from Palace, and Robs just gets dealt with straight away into the round.
Great shot from Quito, wasting no time, giving no breathing room, giving no potential for the CTs to get that frag together. Of course, going to overextend and get shut down by Gade as well. Simple stuff. Third frag, not quite going to go his way. Beamus, still pressured in against the AWP. Takes a leg shot and actually gets away with that frag, but not quite away with the man advantage. 3-on-2 for Big as the trades do come together, and the bomb should go down.
It's going to be a save call. Not really much that mousesports can find in this round at all. Frozen taking so much of that burn damage, and Dexter made a lot of noise. Does at least deal with one. Does he want to go for this?
1v3 clutch, AK in hand. Smokes on towards the ramp entrance. He's not ready for Tabson, though. Peeking out past danger. Shot on. Player falling. And, well, you were right in your earlier assessment, Dwayne, in this. This has gone to 6 apiece, back and forth. Action from the word go. Big may be out. They don't want to let go of this one match.
We're seeing some decent kill distribution from both teams. Keto's starting to find a bit more form, which is great because he was 0-8 at one point, now up to 5 kills. He had that triple in that clutch round where he was able to win the 1v2. mousesports just gamble stacking out from B. Bit quicker from Big out to the mid control.
Walking in with the smokes up. A site completely opened up. Full stacking for mousesports, trying to hold their presence on B like they did before. Again, we had both of those save rifle rounds with Eco surrounding them, going so well for them. And this time it's just Big reading the positions, knowing the mouse like these B stacks. So bomb plant, 5v5, no damage done. mousesports might as well go for this here. They're not really losing anything. Might feed some money up to Gate if they're not careful, which might be the only reason why they want to keep away from the T side. And indeed, Gate is set towards market. But nothing much will happen in this one. Big will regain the lead at 7-6.
They'll know that because Big know that they're on an eco, they're going to have a MAC-10. They're going to have some sort of SMG, so let's not get farmed. We'll go out for the TV room. Maybe we'll be able to deal with this AKF Keto. A couple of kills coming in. Sirrison's going to be able to provide the assistance, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to find a pick at all. Keto is quite low. A core, last one left, going to get mollied out, and the NWP is going to be able to provide the assistance. And I guess for Gade as well, he's had one of those careers where after North, a lot of people kind of looked at it and thought, where's next for him? There was that whole project of the Hyenas for a little bit. They were playing in some of the lower div and the tier 2 and tier 3 scene. And now getting picked up from Big, it feels like he's back. He's back to the top.
He's back in the game.
That's it.
Literally and figuratively, so. Big are the one leading the game right here, right now. So positive entities for this German core. Tizian gonna try and turn his AK into the head. Dexter early. Nades back from the CT player, however, so not quite the same sort of lurk out towards apartments that we'd like to see from the T half. Citizens AWP, however, getting a bit more success on short. Beamer's first to drop.
Yeah, just no cover in terms of the frag back, the trade in. Robs is out from ladder, might be able to deal if they continue to over-aggress and look to split into that B site. It's another round in which they've got a 5v4.
More Persistent ready for the face, sees the shoulder, gets another fantastic kill. He has been on point, man. Like, this third map has been the culmination of his development over the course of this series. It was rough on Nuke, it wasn't so much over on Dust. Here on Mirage, though, he has not been missing any shot he's taken.
Anytime he's been in a position of a straight 1v1 aim duel without a flash, without any kind of being smoked or being mollied, he's pretty much won out the duel. I'm going to get that re-smoke down to the top of connector position. Oh, great angle from Tizian. Everything just looks so pinpoint precision in this round.
A 2 on 5. What more can you do? Gonna bomb down. mousesports just forced to save in this round. Big, when they look good, man, they look real good. They'll claim the half at the very least. Going into round 15, Mouse can still make it 8-7, which will be the closest half we've seen so far. On the B stream, at least. Dexter. Let's find Tizian, so get one exit frag, drop him. Just keep the rifle in play for now.
Oh, he's a goner. Tabson, easy kill. May even go in for the knife. Nah, go for it safe. Haven't seen any knife attempts. Oh, we might have seen one in the pistol, actually, when there was a bit of a flash going on. Ooh, they get another kill out of this? Oh,
yes, they do.
Good round. That is a very good round. Because for mousesports, going into round 15, you would have double rifles being saved in, double for masters that could be dropped, 4 rifles overall. That's not going to happen now.
Yeah, fully fledged force buy for round 15. mousesports. The Eagles for Masters, Scout. No warps, no M4s, no AUGs, no nada. Spread out on their defaults, because what more can they do here? Big have really come into their own these last few rounds. as a team as well. I praise Searson's praises, of course, with his AWP skill, but everybody's been hitting around the same sort of numbers. A spread of 11 kills, a maximum to a minimum of 8 on Keto, who was down 0-7 at one point as well, to remind you. Big looking fantastic here. And again, Dwayne, like you mentioned, it's a bit of a shame seeing how they've now dropped out of the group stage.
Yeah. And when they're playing well, it's a shame knowing that no matter what the outcome is here, they still can't make it. And flash in towards this ramp position will allow Gade to catch off any of the aggro CT players, which there aren't. There is a bit of a lean out towards this A site. Bemis has played this aggressive ramp angle a couple of times, gets flashed in, and he tells his teammates, guys, no one's here at ramp that I can see.
Smoke set in with a set piece. So what it looks like initially here onto connected jungle and stairs. No CT smoke. Bemis will be ahead of it anyway, but just behind the danger boxes, the Molotovs coming in with the flashes. Tabson hoping that someone's behind that smoke, and they're going to go for a last-second wraparound here. Ooh, this is a bit too dicey because the CTs have not fallen for the full rotation.
It's a bit fakey, and the CTs haven't bitten the bait at all. Dexter's still playing out here from the B side. Needs help quickly.
Sees Keto, that's going to call it in. Hard rotate back for the rest of the CT forces. Big have no choice but to commit to the B side. Dexter needs to get this kill, and that's exactly what he does. Look for Tizian next up. Spreads his brains across the apartments and tries to do the same to the next. Bemis and Rops getting involved. Suddenly Gade's alone. And 5 seconds, another B stack for mousesports. That's 3 for 3 so far in this half, and it will get a 7th to close out the half as Big look to their CT side after the break.
We were caught in the fire. Our faith was left out in the open. Saw the fear in your eyes as we move through the dust. Nights turn into days, one by another. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Fighting as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise. Everything's breaking. Our souls will awaken. Our spirits never die. At the end of the line, the trust in our hearts beating louder. Under darkened skies, we await, bound to each other. But our spirits never die. Fighting as we push through the darkest times. I'll be there by your side. We arise. Everything's
On the final half of Group C, promises to deliver. It might not be a big event for Big, but for mousesports, it's still all important to get them into that top 3. It need to get this T half together, Dwayne, and with how close they were at the CT side, you could hope that would end up being the case. Big have been strong on T halves thus far. Is it going to translate to CT side? Will mousesports crumble here?
It's anyone's game at this point. It has really been the close affair. What we can tell from just seeing that first half is that mousesports only really found more success than less of when they gamble stacked, when they made more risk. And you have to wonder to yourself, are we going to see some more risky business out on this T side? Will they lean out to the A side to start off? Only one defender from Gade. This could be a retake already.
Standing by with that USP, hoping he can get maybe a kill on the way out, but probably not going to hold the full-on dominance of the site defensive. You're right about the retake setup. He has tapped a couple of players, doing some damage to Bemis and a core, but falls away from CT, gives up the site, going for the retake.
Yeah, flash over the top out to CT means that the T's want to continue aggressing, want to keep fighting, but Cade takes the fight back to them and wins out the first.
2 kills now for the CT forces. Gade makes it 1 more alongside Tizian, who gets involved. Rock suddenly alone, gets 2 frags for his own accord, but 5 on 3. Still towards 2 now, tapped up the next player. The bomb's not planted for him, though. He can't get this defused together.
Yeah, just hold it. And that's a good hold coming through. Gade just making sure Tizian has got to have his back. No kill on that defuse means that they have to bait and switch. They have to be able to pull one into the fight. And Cade again, another great triple from him out to CT, started it off, and everything for that round from Big just came to the trading game.
Trades have been so effective for them over the course of this map up thus far. It's been part of the reason why they've had so much success. It's also the reason why mousesports have kept it close, though, so it cuts both ways in this case. AK is out for the force invest. mousesports got that bomb plant, so big rifles for Frozen and Rops. Dexter will have 1 Galil, 2 Deagles as well for Bemis and a core. He faces in towards that mid position, seeing some utility come down. Very little damage done by Big.
We are seeing the CTs be quite proactive, moving around the map, trying to see if they can win one of those early engagements. Rops with the AK out from this past position. Dexter getting a smoke down to that jungle position to try and see if they can split themselves up from A. In saying that, though, he's not even interested in getting into connector.
The top con smoke instead, actually, not towards jungle, as position's completely opened up. It does siphon off Tabson, but Gade can peek forward to the stairs, get the first kill. Looking for any more here towards Palace and Sandwich. Sprayed through. Bomb has been seen as well, so the TTs now know exactly what the hit's going to be like here for mousesports. They have gone for some last-second rotations in previous, but Gade just holds on to the kills at a man advantage. That's the best he can do. Dexter bails himself out. Makito and Tizian trade him and Rops, and now Frozen left alone with a Glock in hand. Gets it to a 1v1. AK as well pulled out. Got to get the reload together. Tizian making his way up. Seen there. The spray comes good for Frozen, and he makes it a triple to steal the round.
That's probably the first time we've actually seen the potential of Frozen in the last couple of series in the game today. Hasn't quite been that high-impact guy, but my goodness, what a round that is from him there. Beautiful flick up to the top of stairs, and just being able to create the opportunity in the clutch, getting mousesports back up to A, and for Big, money is incredibly tight. They'll have to force buy back.
And back down to the Eagles for the big cap. mousesports could take us up to 10 here if they can get this conversion. Turn the force into an eco and then get their rifles for the true gun round out. Around 20 onwards. Set to their defaults for now, though. 4 players around that A site entryway from Palace and Ramp. 1 player out towards mid control and Dexter as well. But that bomb's definitively going for the A hit, and there's only 2 CTs to defend.
A bit more emphasis on actually fighting mid, something that mousesports did not do a massive amount in that first half. Gade gonna re-smoke out from Ramp. They just could run through it, though.
Shots on Dexter. Core. Rops not so unlucky. Him and a core get the trades back on both players of the A site. CTs are on their way back in, and Keto caught in the box. Molotov out towards jungle. Keto falling in the end. Searson tagged Tizian. No kit. No real chance there for him as Tizian falls, and it'll be a 1 versus 4 for the scout. Forced away. Left to save.
Can he even save is the question. You've got a couple of players that are looking to push forward of composition. Searson with the scout, hoping to just find a couple of extra lucky bullets. mousesports don't necessarily need to hunt down this last player. They have been able to tie up the scoreline, and now knowing to themselves they're going to be on an eco, let's try and get the scout out of play.
And we'll be able to do just that. Full eco now for Big going into the next 9 apiece. mousesports have equalized, and this back and forth game just continues to go back and forth. So I think it was 3 rounds as a lead at maximum so far. Been around about the ballpark of such. Like, it's been very, very, again, back and forth. Not quite as streaky back and forth, but just blow for blow between both sides. Big not kissing the feet. Not going down without a fight still. Have to concede this round at least as mousesports look to take the leader back. And stack in from all 5 individuals. Rops is standing by with the Galil.
I think the biggest lead was when it was 5-2 and they were up by 3. I can't think of any other situations where the deficit was more than 3. You are right in the sense that it has always been a very tight game, and for Big, they're putting everything into the gamble. They're going to USP out to this A side, and for mousesports, it just comes down to, are we going to be running into the stack? And if we do, how much of a death pit is it going to be?
There's an A stack this time. Obviously, mousesports love their B stacks. They're being wary of that side, but they're also not playing anything into A. Dexter might be in trouble here. AK does get overwhelmed, but the 2 dinks down. Gate credited with the kill. AK now picked up and turning on towards more T-side presence. A core gets involved, gets 2 frags for it. Triple in the end for the Matt. And Tizian trying his best to get his trade together, but forced back out towards underpass, wraparounds to the backstabs. Bomb on its way towards the B site. They know exactly where he is. mousesports can deal with this.
AK gets picked up. If he can get just 1 more kill, a great molly could have forced the low HP player out to the open.
Nice.
Bemis knows straight away. As soon as he sees that molly coming through, I'm going to peek. Because if I don't peek, Akor's going to die. And there's nothing I can do to help him. I peek out, he can peek as well, and he's not going to fall. Double digits now being gained by the international squad. Haven't seen a massive amount of tactical timeouts on Mirage. When you think about how close the game has been, I would have thought we would have had more.
Well, 2 were called by Big at the start of things, so there was always that. mousesports haven't taken any, I don't think. But outside of those 2 in the first half, nothing else has been seen. Falls forward on the part of Big. Bemis tries to go big, but only gets that 1 frag. Gade forced to train and get back out of dodge. Tabs gets involved with the FAMAS at least, so 4-on-3 scenario. Big hold control for now. Tags up, Tabson drops 3-on-3. Back to evens we go.
Jeez, it's just chaos out in mid, isn't it? So many fights coming through, and even Dexter finishes up a little bit more damage. Sirison down to 9 points of health. Things looking very promising for mousesports. They've got to go back and get that bomb, and an info play is starting to be made by Tizian in the apartments.
Those Molotovs forced out towards the sniper's nest. Sirison was thinking of going there, forced to go away towards the murder hole. Entries being found. They wrap out towards jungle. Frozen going to set up a backstab. That bomb's going to make its way in from spawn. Tizian's a little bit too late to set that backstab up, but Sirson's orb does catch Frozen. So now there's a bit of breathing room for Big. mousesports feeling the pressure. Smokes down on the site will start to clear in the next couple of seconds. The bomb needs to get planted pretty soon, so Rops re-smokes it, but Tizian's closing in the backstab slowly but surely. He's going to be the winning factor.
You'd have to expect. They've got no idea about this backstab. Incendiary goes down to the default position, allows that bomb to go down. They spam through the smoke. Excellent positioning from Gade.
Dexter too worried to plant open towards connector. No information to where the CTs are playing from in that part of things. And now the backstab completes itself. Tizian will indeed become the winning element, but not without a bomb getting dropped by Sirson and Gade. 10 apiece. Big continuing to equalize. A single round lead for mousesports. That's as far as it goes.
And at least for the T side, without getting that bomb plant, doesn't mean the biggest difference in the world. They've been able to give themselves a strong economy line on this T side. Whether that begins to change over the next couple of rounds, time can tell. That was just a great spam attempt coming through from Gade. Denied that bomb, and as soon as that bomb went down, that was the round done. There was no way that clutch was going to come in.
Shots from a core. Flashes over, sees that orb, and wins the fight against it. Nicely done for him. Trying to win out the orb battles with Sirson, and his stats against Sirson so far in this series must be to his favor. Even though Sirson stepped up in this map up. Tabson dropping next to Dexter. Tizian caught by Frozen. 2 left standing. 1 rifle Akito. Flashbang perfectly timed. Does catch Frozen. That's as far as it goes, though. 1 man left of the AK. 1v4 for Gade.
Dexter's going to be thinking to himself, geez, they had a lot of players out to that B side, didn't they? Gade trying to get back out to safety, out to that ramp position to hold on to the AK. Winning that first fight on from short gave them the idea, okay, let's speed things up. Dexter getting the pick onto Connector. There's still 2 on B, playing close to that van position, and they just open up the side. They make it look easy.
It's super efficient. Super nice for mousesports to respond in that kind of fashion. Big started to get things together with the first gun round. Now falls back on the lost bonus. 1 AK save for Gade's going to be everything, because you can see where the money line's going to look as the bomb goes up. It won't look great as a spoiler. 2,400, 2,200, 2,700, 3,300. If they go for a force around this AK, it's going to be a scrappy one. And Big take their 3rd tactical at this stage.
No, they won't buy here. The risk versus reward just isn't there. You've got 2,400, money's in the bank. You can upgrade slightly, get a couple of pistols in, not a massive amount. You want to keep Siriuson's economy line slightly strong. He needs at least 5,400 to go in for the AWP and body Kevlar. Only 1 left. Almost got to wonder to yourself, I mean, it is kind of thinking into the future, when do they use that last tactical? Is it when they've got a lead? Or maybe when they're still in a deficit?
Well, I imagine it'll be in the lead if they can start to really pull ahead at mousesports, but for me, it's probably got to be a deficit, because right now they are down and they're likely to concede a bigger lead towards mousesports. At 12-10 at least. Well, the guns can come back truly. If mousesports can get that gun round together, that could be 14-10. I think you're going to Tizian set into the mid control, hoping for first contact. So far, seeing little.
It all just comes to working out the default, being able to drop the AK as quickly as possible. Gade just dry pig. And I guess you've got the confidence in that sort of round where you know you've only got 1 rifle. Well, put it to effect. Try and get some damage out of it.
Too many great rounds in this map up so far where single or double rifles have been put to win rounds against the T side. Another rifle can get picked up by Tabson as well. So now there's 2 guns to work with. He gets away completely unscathed. Mousesport's seen him, but can't get the trade.
Unfortunately, no one's got body Kevlar outside of Gade that saves. So because of that, aim punch is going to be a bit of an issue. It is still double AKs though.
Dexter turns back against Keto to get it to a 4 versus 4. Tabson still set in to the A site. Searson going to join him. Gade's on his way back in from the underpass position. Will keep his eyes on mid just in case. And mousesports going for the fillet execution. Swing out. Off court. Tabson, perfect shots. Sees 2 more, but cannot get any more on the kill counts. Frozen trading a 3v3. Good dink down from the USP. Sprays doing Searson though, catching him. And now Tizian peeks back the AK to strike. 2v2. Frozen's got to get this trade. It's all on Gade. Still with the Kevlar, still with the AK save from the previous round. Looking up towards Palace, does not see the T-side players. They swing out. He makes a lot of noise. And Frozen will secure the kill to secure this anti-eco round.
That was a bit of a sweaty round for mousesports. That almost crumbled apart very quickly. Big could be happy with the amount of damage they were able to put onto them. Those AKs just getting picked up by Tabson, then from Tizian. Gade trying to still see if he can find anything in the round itself. Up to 12, 4 more to the victory. And for the international squad, that looming 16th seems to be getting closer and closer. They're going to be facing double orbs in round 23.
And a hard grind back for mousesports. Big still trying to get something back on the board here. Could still try and find an equalization, but Dexter's had enough of this game. Finds Searson first and foremost, but Frozen gives up the advantage that Dexter fought hard to take. Keto fragging the apartments, a 4v4. Oh, the smoke's in the mid-control. Dexter still working out this aggressive short angle.
And no jump spot or jiggle to come through from Frozen. Instead, it's just the walk-in, and that just allows the trade to come back. Gade, as soon as he hears utility being pulled, he'll put that smoke down and try and get back to safety.
Oh, Kyo's ready for this. Sees his man, gets Dexter. Big back at the advantage. mousesports still can't cripple this CT side. Still can't pull off a rifle victory above Big. Core seeing Bemis. They might consider the rotation. They're setting up utility towards the A site instead. They split the CT forces 2-2, so have to face equal resistance no matter where they go.
They have to commit with this. They don't have any info out from mid or from B. Rob's going to try an entry out to the site. Kiddo with the AWP is playing an off angle out from default. Misses his chance on towards Sandwich. He's going to look to double dip. Needs to get an assistance from rotations.
Or the player coming in from Palace to swing, and that's what Gade's going to go try and do. Keto burns to a core. 3v3. Gade strikes on the bomb carrier. Taps and drops another. Looks for another good kill, but it's Rops alone. 1v3. 20 seconds. The CTs are backing away from him. Knows that he's got to pick up that bomb and plant it, so they just wait to try and deny that plant in particular. Taps it once, turns away from CT spawn. No info on Tizu. He gets his kill, and Big find us back within one.
It was a bit baity to come through from Gade, but in the end, it makes it work. Yes, there's a tough time for Keto down on that default position. Gade peeks out so late, they almost don't expect someone out from Palace. And Rops, he is just working with what he knows. Try and plant, or at least fake the plant, look up to the duel, try and draw the fight out from Palace onto Gade, and just get swung on by CT Spawn. Excellent round from Big. That gets him up to 11 and closes the gap again.
Force back in for mousesports right here. Trying to regain control of their situation, trying to force the issue back once again. Frozen, look at how quickly he gets out to the B side. Searson's going to catch that first AWP pick in. Tabson gets involved against Robs. Frozen's still trying to look for an angle, but Tabson's picking up his teammates in apps. A core can finally strike with the AWP, but there's a backstab involved. That bomb's going to be the Dominion of Tizian. Tabson and Gade work in. Tabson caught. Back to evens we go. They look to the apartments. See the next player. Not quite catching off Gade and Tizian thinking of a face forward. Frozen sees his man. Taps basically to try and get this kill together. Tizian continuing to face up as Gade takes the advantage. The initiative, I should say. 19 HP. Pushing forward to the site, of course. Sees him. Oh, what a perfect flick. A perfect information play. But Tizian still left with the play. Still has the bomb in his control.
It all just comes down to the time wasting. Try and play in and around this utility, and somehow, some way, mousesports are bringing this round back. When that bomb got dropped, with a crossfire being set, it didn't look likely at all, and now they've even done spam damage. Tizian's down to 22.
A core fires away, and Frozen just needs to spray. And that will be enough. A fast play out from him, disrupting the entire CT presence. A triple in the end of that round, and a 13th round for mousesports. Unlucky for some, it may well be for Big. No money. This has to be a USP round.
Yeah, you're entertaining the idea of a force-up with 2,400. It's too risky, though. Just take it as the USP. Get yourself into round 26 with the best chance possible. All we'll see is a P250 upgrade. Mousesports. Honestly, Jay, they probably shouldn't have converted that. That could have been a Bigs round and should have been a Bigs round.
Now USPs and P250. Flashes, Molotovs into the B site. Again, Big have gone for the A stack. Mousesports just going to charge in with that Mac 10 on Bemis. The clean house and get some money here over at Market. They're coming up from mid, however. Ops could be in a bit of trouble. Calling some backup relatively soon because he will get overwhelmed. They will grab that AK, so now the teams have got to go for the hunt, and a core does catch off Gade, so moving some more players from play, but that AK staying in is going to be Big's main task. As long as one player remains alive, that's possible.
Yeah, Bemis just trying to wrap into A. Hope that the CTs out from mid have got up to connector. Being able to drop this AK onto Tabson is probably going to be a bit more difficult than they thought it would be.
Especially with Bemis getting caught by Tizian. Okay, again, Big looking respectable in these eco rounds. Doing damage, and now with an extra rifle to play with, it doesn't do much to mousesports' own economy. I mean, 2 casualties being as low as it is semi-impactful, but at this stage, mousesports are trying to rush their way up to 16. 14-11, that 3-round lead that we saw at the start of the game replicating itself towards the end of it. But Big now have the buyback. AK, Mac 10 save. They're going to go double AWPs for this round. It's, well, as to their namesake, go big or go home.
And for Acor, he's putting on a show. 14 kills in map 1, 17 kills in map 2, now 21, and could be charging that even further.
Passive positions in mid, flashes over, AWP in Basir soon, a staggered flash catches him. Thinking he might be able to get the opening frag, but no, AK's tapping forward, and Keto's AWP finds the kill instead here towards the ladder room. Dexter caught first and foremost. An advantage for Big.
Yeah, Bemis sees the AWPer running away. Can't really do much about it, though. Even Tizian holding onto that Mac 10 that was saved into that last round of bottom con from Bemis. means that they'll be able to strengthen the economy ever so slightly. Robs with a walkout from ramp could be on for a potential of just walking into A and catching him off guard.
CSN hoping for a catwalk walk, but no one's going to do it. mousesports know that AWP is out there somewhere. They don't want to take face unless they have to. Bemis going to walk in the midst of the smoke. Counter Incendiaries and a top con smoke as well for mousesports. Set up Gade. Backed up on the site alongside Tabson in from jungle. They're trying to Molotov their way forward towards that jungle entrance. 40 seconds. mousesports starting to run out of time.
And they're running out of util. All they've got left is a couple of flashes. Bemis just trying to sneak through the smoke and catch Simonson off guard.
Continue looking on towards Tabson. Next trade back on Bemis on a 4 versus 3. A core sprayed up to 39 points of health. And big suppression involved. mousesports down by a man. Still haven't got access to the site. Molotov finally drives Tabson away, but he gets a core, drops that bomb. Now Tizian sees it. Frozen can trade and he doubles up as well. Lone man standing, makes it a triple on against the Quadra, but no. Keto, one bullet to make the difference and just save it for big again.
Oh my goodness, that gets so close to being a 15 up for mousesports. Frozen just relying on so many of those individual jewels, those quick flicks with the AK, and now we're seeing the Lithuanian really start to get up. Not quite enough to be able to deal with the secondary AWP. Keto, an incredible shot for him to win. And big, it's surviving them for a couple more rounds longer.
mousesports forcing back once again. Big trying to close this gap, trying to spoil mousesports' playoff chances. Trying to save FaZe. The team had to do them a favor themselves. Can they return the unsung promise? Keto, AWP set. Alongside Tizian to the defensive. Shots missed out. Flashbang baited. Frozen drops back in. He's walked past one CT. Goes 180 direct to the head. And a 5-on-4 already. mousesports get the bomb down.
Acor's looking to cut rotations off from this champ position. 2 taps are moving into the site. Only gets away with 1. They are stalling the bomb from going down at least.
4v3. Damage done to Keto next to Deagler. Dexter makes it 2 as that player drops through the smoke. Gale and Searson. AWP and MP9. Surely it's got to be the AWP that stands up, and even then without kits. 2 smokes on a flash, and they're going to fall back and save. Grab a rifle if possible. Concede this one. mousesports, they're going to get to match points.
At the same time, you've got to go for it. You really got to get the chance, and look at the backstab. This is going to be the AWP dropping. Easy kill out for the MAC-10. That's the AWP drop, and that was the main save attempt, is giving Sirison the AWP going into the next round. Money is absolutely ruined. Lost bonus is not there at all. They've got an MP9. That might be it.
Oh, disaster for Big. It was have limited buy for the next round or have no buy for it. I think they realized that eventuality. But even then, losing that AWP and not even giving it the college try. 15-12. Series and group point for mousesports. 1 more round to send them to the playoffs.
1 to go. That's what they've got to keep in the back of their mind. And look at this buy. It's so horrendous. The money's just not there at all. Big have got to bring everything forward. Any kind of advantage they can get into the early rounds. And even for a core, he's waiting for the early peak. He's waiting for them to over-aggress out from Palace. And Keto might just do that.
Deagle's got to make a play. Someone's got to make a play. Big have got to go massive. Beyond even their namesake. mousesports know this, being careful. So timid with their defaults. They played passive defaults before though, so this could still work out. It's a question of how much time do they waste.
This is probably one of the slowest T-side defaults we've seen for mousesports this entire second half. No contact has come through, no early top mid smoke for any kind of mid presence. And Big, I look at the gamble. They're just stacking hard on A, aren't they?
4 players total, and mousesports might fall victim to it. Oh, the rotation's in at the wrong time, Big. No, this is a bad call. This is a really, really bad call. Not of all times when the execute's coming in.
And they've got to bring players back, but how do they know? They're looking up mid, they're not seeing anything. They still don't know. 40 seconds on the clock. mousesports just going to go for the set piece on A. At least Sirison starts off with the scout.
That's all important. Backstab for Tabson's going to get the information. Rotations are back. Keto going to try boost Searson to look into Palace here. They're struggling to get it set up, but Rops is not active. He's been seen, not tagged up still, but it's flying. Tees will cross to the site. They'll get the bomb down at the very least here. Smokes in over at the jungle control. Rob still takes damage. Tizian sneaking up. Dexter ready for the kill. Gets it to 4v4, but Tabson's backstab unaccounted for. Strikes on the first player he sees or attempts to do so. Gets it together. Looks around for a bit more. Damage done to a core. Dealt with by Searson and the wallbang. Frozen and Rops combine though. And just like that,